Fat, bald detective thinks I had something to do with it. He doesn't come right out and say it, but the way he repeats the same questions over and over, like if he keeps on asking them I might crack under the pressure, well, it's pretty clear that I'm suspect number one. I don't know why he thinks I'm guilty, other than the fact that he's not very smart. He's not nearly as good at this as the cops on TV, and they're only actors. He just sits there smiling at me, waiting for me to say something more. But I don't know what he wants from me. I mean, sure, I have secrets. Big ones, the kind of secrets you take to your grave. But I would never hurt anyone on purpose, especially not Mama. I push my hair out of my eyes and look up at the clock on the wall. It shouldn't be too much longer. Maybe I can just wait him out. I look at the desk in the corner of the cramped office. It's cluttered with books, stacks of file folders, and a darkened computer screen decorated with a rainbow of Post-it notes, because Fat Bald Detective can't remember anything. There isn't 1 inch of clear space anywhere to be seen on his desk. It's very unprofessional. That was one of our words from the calendar, I think from last January. It's still on my wall. Unprofessional is when someone or something doesn't look or act right in the workplace. Good button. Now use it in a sentence, Mama would say if she were here. Then I would say something like, Fat Bald Detective's office is very unprofessional because there's crap everywhere and it smells like Fritos. That would have made Mama laugh. I could always make her laugh when we played the word of the day game. Mama says it's okay if you don't always remember the exact dictionary definition of a word, as long as you can describe the meaning in your own words and you can use it in a sentence. Now that I think of it, there should be a picture of Fat Bald Detective's office beside the word unprofessional in the dictionary. His office is nothing like the ones in the police stations on TV. There aren't any bright fluorescent lights in here, or cool floor-to-ceiling walls of glass so he can see the whole department and wave someone in at a moment's notice just to yell at them. There's only one small window with a view of the parking lot, and Fat Bald Detective seems to prefer table lamps to fluorescent lighting. And although you can't smell the offices of the police stations on TV, I always imagined they'd smell like leftover pizza and cigarette smoke, not Fritos. I guess it's better than doing this in one of their interrogation rooms. At least in here there's a couch for me to sit on before they lock me up and throw away the keys. Then it hits me. It's the couch. The couch smells like Fritos. And what happened after that, Riley? Fat Bald Detective says, again. Fat Bald Detective has a name. It's Frank. He said I could call him Frank the first time he brought me in for questioning. Mama doesn't normally approve of us calling adults by their first name, but Frank told me to, and he's the law. I figure I should probably cooperate as much as possible so he doesn't get any more suspicious than he already is. Frank actually has 3 names. They're all printed on his door and on the triangle nameplate on his desk. Grandma says that people who use 3 names are putting on airs, but I don't think Frank has any airs to put on. He's short and bald and round and looks like Mr. Potato Head without the tiny black hat, so I think Fat Bald Detective every time I look at him. I don't remember, I say. He keeps asking me what happened that day, and I keep telling him I don't remember. We've played this little game for almost 4 months now. I was 10 when we started. I'm a whole different age now. I've had a birthday and a summer break since then. I even moved up a grade in school. Detective Chase Cooper on Criminal Investigative Division Chicago can solve a case in an hour. 44 minutes if you fast forward through the commercials. But Frank will never be as smart as Detective Chase Cooper, or as handsome. Frank's really not a bad guy, though. He means well, but I don't think he's ever going to crack this case, at least not before I turn 12. He's running out of time. So is Mama. Frank and his officers should be out there trying to find the perp, following up on leads, canvassing the neighborhood. That's the way they do it on TV, and they always catch the guy. They don't sit in poorly lit rooms that smell like Fritos questioning the 11-year-old son of the missing person over and over. But maybe this is just the way cops do things out here in the country. Maybe they don't watch much TV.